Hail, brothers of the arena, it is I, Overkill Total War, here again with another Total War Arena unit focus. So today, I wanted to do a higher tier thing. I wanted to do either the Thorax Hoplites or the Proven Warriors. And, well, not so much the Thorax Hoplites, but the Proven Warriors are being a real pain in my ass right now. They are, of course, the tier 6 Barbarian, Infantry, and I can't get them in a decent game. They're always in tier 8 plus games, and I'll be one of like 3 tier 6s in the game, pretty much. So every single game I get absolutely demolished. I can get upwards of like 2,000 points, but I mean, like, that's not good enough for a video. It sucks, and it's taking forever, because I mean, like, I still have to get a bunch of their upgrades, but it's gonna take forever at this point. So maybe I'll just keep the Proven Warriors for a while and try to get a good game with them. And if I get a good game without them being completely upgraded, that's probably gonna end up being the game I show. So results may vary on the Proven Warriors, guys, when they show up. Sorry about that. But anyway, we're not here to talk about the Proven Warriors. Today we're here to talk about the Axemen, the tier 3 light infantry for the Barbarians. So I've looked at the Raiders, I've looked at the Warriors, so why not look at the Axemen now? The Axemen, of course, are a light infantry, so they don't have any armor. They actually have no options for armor either, which is odd because the Warband at tier 2 has armor. But whatever. With these guys, you have an option if you want armor and base morale or fearsome presence. Honestly, the plus 11 armor from this helmet is worth it. Because, like, it takes you from 107 to 127, which is actually pretty good. So it's definitely worth taking that. Of course, fearsome presence would help. It would break people's morale and such, but I mean, you want these guys to live longer. In the game I'm going to show you today, we don't win, but it was too good of a game points wise that I couldn't show it. I almost got 5,000 points. It was like 4,700 or something like that. So that's the game we're going to show today. And yeah, let's take a look at their stats real quick. So for tier 3, their stats are going to be slightly, I guess I could say, mediocre. Because, well, they're a barbarian unit, their armor and stuff, and their defense and all that stuff isn't going to be as good as it could be compared to the other factions. But their morale is going to be much higher, and their health as well is higher. So let's dive right on into this. First up, we have the Rorarii. So they have a morale of 82, so less than the barbarians. They have 196 health, 117 armor, 125 visibility range, 66 melee attack. So the melee attack is actually higher on these guys as well. Their melee defense is 69, weapon damage is 165, missile block is 27. So, as you can see, these guys are the Rorarii are just better at defending themselves, basically. And then these guys are absolute beasts at killing stuff. But the thing is, with a 22 missile block chance and 107 base armor, you're not going to do too well against missiles. Of course, having more health than the other infantry is always good, but yeah, honestly, it's a little rough. These guys die to missiles very quickly, and on top of that, the Romans and Greeks get missile block abilities. These guys don't. So while the Romans and Greeks can actually protect themselves from volleys, these guys cannot, and they suffer bad for it, and you'll see soon enough. And then we have the Hoplites. And the Hoplites, much like the Rorarii, have less morale, less health, much more armor, of course, less visibility range, quite a bit less melee attack, almost double the melee defense, a little bit more weapon damage, funnily enough. Well, of course, with upgrades, these guys do go above the Hoplites. And their missile block chance is quite a bit higher, I believe. Yes. So, basically, you're dealing at tier 3. You'll be dealing with 2 spear units. Now, of course, in games, you're always going to be facing tiers below and higher. So you'll actually be fighting swords with these guys. But the same rules apply. You'll be fighting armored guys. So what you want to do is make sure you can always flank. Never engage the enemy with all of your units, basically. Always make sure that there's at least one free to do with as you wish, basically. I would recommend letting somebody else take charges. That's what you should do, but usually, or at least that's what happens to me. I go up first, usually all the time, and people try to bait me a little bit. But then again, I'm always aggressive in games. I push when I shouldn't, and well, you can learn from my mistakes. Don't let these guys just get bogged down, basically. You want them to be flanking. You want them to be doing mass damage from charges and stuff. You don't want to be the frontline troops, basically. If you can have enemy units tied down with hoplites or something and then charge the rear with these guys, done. You get awesome points. So, yeah, that's the 2 competition. Just make sure you can flank them. Spear units are tough from the front. They crumble when they get charged from the rear, though. So now to finish this off, we'll take a look at, what their options and orders and such are. So with Arminius, you get access to Scout, which is at the cost of melee defense, you get extra range. This is very useful for pre-engagement, time, whatever, where you can actually scout very far ahead of yourself, and you can actually tell where enemies are long before the enemy knows where you are. There's Frenzy, which is at the cost of melee defense once again. You get more melee damage and a lot more melee attack. So rear charging with Frenzy, you're going to do some serious damage. Infiltration disguises you as the enemy for a minute and 44 seconds. At level 2, it disguises yourself for 144 seconds. There we go. Jeez, that was hard to say for some reason. Which always comes in handy, and you'll see in the game I'm going to show you that I do use it. Momentum, which is probably one of the most useful abilities that any of the commanders have, which gives you plus 11% charge impact, plus 16% turn speed, and plus 13% speed. Maybe not the most useful. You know what I mean. Like, these guys need speed, and with this, they go super fast. And it's only a 96 second cooldown, so you can do this pretty often. And then there's Harass, and that's just a charge, basically. It doesn't tell you any stats or anything. You just charge into the enemy, basically. And then their consumables are Spar, which is plus 1 shield armor, plus 2 melee attack. Feast, which is plus 4 melee damage and plus 2 melee armor piercing damage. Swear Oaths, which is plus 4% speed and plus 2 charge bonus. And Brandish Heads, which is minus 8% melee attack for the enemy. Now, I like to use, as you can see, Feast and Swear Oaths, because the speed and charge bonus, plus the melee damage and melee armor piercing damage go really well on these guys. If you use them to flank, which is what you should do. It puts up their damage and just overall speed and charge just through the roof, basically. And they just become absolute slaughtering machines if they're in the right situation, of course. They're not going to do, from the front, they're not going to do that much. They can beat people up, but they will lose usually in the front of a confrontation. And then finally, they have their own Frenzy Charge, which is just pretty much the same as Harass. It's just a quick charge to get more of your men into the fight, instead of them sitting outside it and just watching the enemy kill your guys. So, that has been the stats for the Axemen. Let's get to the more exciting part of the video and get to the battle. So, welcome everybody to Rubicon. So, this is the battle for today's episode. We are running the Axemen, of course. And I am taking the right side of the map. I noticed that we have some raiders going up this way, and we also have some hoplites going on. So I thought maybe the hoplites would tie some people up and I could charge them. That was my initial thoughts, but it doesn't really work out that way. Apparently there's a election going on here. Now, something I noticed was there's some cavalry here. They're not friendly, of course. I can't really show you in the replay. And they almost got this artillery, but I pinged it on the map and I circled around them with the little telestration. Is that what that's called? What the hell? But I foiled their little plan and saved our artillery, thankfully, right in the beginning. But even still, it doesn't really matter. We still end up losing this. Actually, after that, I didn't even look at that cav this way anymore. So maybe the cav came and just killed these guys. Basically, all of our artillery like isn't defended at all, and I'm pretty sure that's why we end up doing well, not poorly, but end up losing. But I seen some enemy units were spotted over here, and there was also someone up on this hill just a few moments ago. So I was cautious going around. I assumed maybe someone was going to charge down on me, but it turns out that no one does. So I just continue on my push, and we just, you know, go and continue up over this. And then I noticed that there's some Axemen over here, but they end up following these guys, I believe. There's a bunch of immunes in here. And about this time, yep, I've already done it. We've popped infiltration. So all these enemies think that I'm friendly to them because no one really noticed me activate it. And as you can see, we almost capped the base right here. Trust me, we don't. This game goes on for quite a while, as you can see. But so I just decided, like, oh well, whatever. I'll just get the charge in on these guys, and it goes pretty good. We could have done more damage on the charge, honestly, but it hurts their morale. And I start moving these units around. I decided that one unit's not enough, so I'm gonna make these guys go around here so that they can charge into this unit of hoplites. And these guys go on a long ass journey. I'll tell you that. They're still infiltrated, as you can see, and it actually works. We'll get to that in a second, though. But as you can see, we're mopping up this unit. It's pretty much completely destroyed. So I start charging into this one, and right about this time, this unit comes and rear charges them as well. So this unit, all these people see me. See, that just says I just got spotted. No one knows that I'm an enemy unit, or they just ignore me. I don't know. Maybe they just don't pay attention. But I actually get to kill like all of these guys. So infiltration, guys, make sure that you use it because it's awesome. And see, I tried to play it off like, yeah, I'm gonna go this way. I'm one of you guys, just in case they were looking at me. And then right at the last second, before they can react, I charge in. I don't kill as many as I thought I would have in the beginning, but yeah, I take out pretty much all 3 of those units. So right at this time, we've also killed all these hoplites basically. So there's nothing really fancy going on there. This unit does kind of get away, but these 2 units get mulched pretty much. What I should have done was I should have went after these guys, because I don't believe I do. I'm pretty sure I chased these guys all around the map, which was kind of foolish. I could have killed these guys, and this guy actually ends up coming back to bite us towards the end. As you can see, we're getting absolutely destroyed. So I'm pretty sure that, yeah, our artillery got completely wiped out. What a shock. Yep, I bet, yep, look at that. All of them died. That's why we lost this. Protect your damn artillery players. Oh no, so it was, I did chase after these guys. Never mind. I don't know where the other units ended up. I think I completely destroyed one, and this guy is just pretty much destroyed. But yeah, artillery players, protect your artillery. I'm sick of losing games because people get like 6,000 points off destroying you. It's annoying. And I'm pretty sure he didn't even get to do anything, because I noticed that someone didn't get like any points that game, and I'm pretty sure it was him. Yeah, it was. Our artillery player got 18 points. Nice. But anyway, I continue chasing. This unit's going after these guys. Basically, they follow them for the rest of the match. So then I send these guys over to the base because I realize that that's being capped. At this point, we've lost the game. There's nothing I could have really done different to change that. If I was using Romans or Greeks, of course I could have tanked a little bit. But when it comes down to you being one of the only infantry players left and your barbarians, it gets kind of rough. But hey. But yeah, I'm not gonna show you guys this whole entire match. I'm not gonna go through 8 minutes of me chasing these guys around. But as you can see at this point, I already have almost 3,000 points. I do kill more of these guys, and I'll show you a bit of this fight over here. But we take out a bunch of guys over here as well. So that's what gets us to our nearly 5,000 point score. Now I wanted to go out, like, you're maybe wondering why I didn't go after these guys. I wanted to go after them because I was hoping I could catch that unit and kill Caesar, because that way his units wouldn't be able to do their little fancy abilities. But I don't think I managed to do it. Basically, they chase them all the way around here. We get down to the enemy base, And then I realized that we're not really doing anything with that. So I'm just going to leave these guys, and we're going to focus on this. I moved these guys over here, and I was actually micromanaging these guys too much that I actually forgot about them. They almost get charged by these guys. So people looking at this are probably a little confused. They're like, what are these guys doing? So these guys almost charged me, and I'm like, oops, let's go. Almost lost you. But yeah, these guys just continue charging. They don't really do much else. But these guys, we're getting them to move. I almost get hit by these guys because, is that Leonidas or Miltiades? That's Leonidas, never mind. They're just quick, apparently. But yeah, I charged them because I realized I was gonna get sandwiched if I went the other way. And these guys I actually try to flank around. I noticed that this enemy cavalry came in. They didn't get a good charge at all. It did break my men, but they didn't really kill anything. And these guys end up just running right into the cap circle, so I just charge them into these guys to break them. And then these guys get a decent charge on the flank of these guys. So yeah, it worked out pretty good. We end up destroying that unit. And then I decided to come back with these guys and try to flank charge these hoplites here. Now we are being shot, I believe. Oh no, the Levy Slingers are shooting at these guys over there. Look at that range. Wow. Crazy. But at this moment, we got rid of that unit, so I was like, okay, time to charge. And I think we managed to get rid of this guy, this unit, but I'm not quite sure. But yeah, guys, this is not, like I said, this is not the situation you want your barbarians to be in. You do not want to be fighting hoplites in the front unless you absolutely have to, because even for a low damage unit like hoplites, they still kill barbarians very quickly because the barbarians can't do any damage to them really. But once they get flanked, hoplites crumble, and that's how you win. That's how you defeat them basically. So now we're just charging into them. We're cutting them down. Look how fast they're dying. It's awesome. So at this point I have almost 4,000, so we do end up getting over 1,000 more points. I think that's from, yeah, I killed these guys because they just foolishly ran in. Round 2 with the Lithobolos crew. So I ended up catching them. I gave them a charge order and they started going this way, which is kind of weird. So I actually didn't really catch them that well, but as you can see, our points are about to go up quite a bit, I believe. Yeah, look how many points you get for artillery. I mean, seriously, like, protect your artillery. I don't think people realize that, but you get a lot of points for killing artillery crew. So if one cav player takes out 3 Lithobolos crew, he's pretty much set to be like one of the MVPs of the game because it's like a few thousand points for 3 full crews. So protect your artillery. I don't care if you want 3 units of artillery. Bring spears or something, because I'm sick of losing games from artillery crews being wiped out like 2 minutes into the fight. But as you can see, we burst over 4,000 points, and not much else happens after this. We try to run over here and we just get shot to pieces and all that good stuff. We don't win the game, but yeah. Hopefully this game actually showed you some strengths and stuff of the Axemen with you know, what have you, the infiltration and all that good stuff. But yeah, I'll get to the results screen of this battle and then we'll end it. I'll see you then. So, as you can see, here are the results of that battle. We had 6,291 silver, 264 commander XP, and 506 unit XP. Now, on a loss, that is quite good. I didn't get like a daily commander victory or anything like that. It was premium account, that's it. On a victory, that would have been a lot more, and I was kind of sour that we lost that. But yeah, that's the results, guys. Even on a loss, that's very good for the Axemen. It's a tier 3 unit, so they only have a few cheap upgrades anyway, so that would have gotten you through quite a bit of their tree for upgrading them and such. But yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and a comment as always. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.